That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Oh, that one ate it right at the boat. Okay. Hey, good morning. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeremy, the Fishing Lone Star, and today I have the privilege of being out at Wills Point Salt Lick Lake, a part of private water fishing. And yes, they have an awesome boat ramp right here. Some nice hard rock and gravel that I can launch my boat from. So we're about to get out on this beautiful property, 17 acres. There's some great fish in here. A lot of previous surveys have shown and catches have shown there's some great fish in this lake. So we're about to get out on it, hopefully catch some fish. I'll tell you what we're using, how we're doing it as we go. So let's push off and get in the water. Oh, it's not a three, it's a monster of a fish. Good fish right there. All right, guys, little one this morning on the underspin. It's been a tough morning so far, but I finally kind of downsized, went with something flashy with a little bit of wind now, and hopefully the bite's gonna pick up. These fish are cold. We've had a cold front come through in Dallas last couple of days, and I think it's really messed up these fish. Cold front followed by preceded by a ton of wind, but that's a decent little largemouth. Let's see if we can catch some more now that we kind of hopefully have figured out a pattern here. Oh no, that was a good fish, guys. How did I miss that one? That was a big fish. I do not know how I missed that one. My goodness. He's not gonna come back because he had a little bit of a hook in him and then he came off, but man, that one hurt. That was a good one. That was at least a 3 on a 4-pounder. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. All right. There we go, guys. Man, it has been a tough morning. The one thing about having a boat out here is that I can see some rocks. Now, I saw some rocks right out here. Threw out there, let that swim bait sink to the bottom, and he smashed it. Look at that, right in his nose. That's awesome right there. I thought I lost him at first, but I think he was swimming towards me, so I couldn't film him. But that's a great fish. Good fish right there. Fat one. All right, so on side imaging, the black is the water, so that's a fish sitting right there. You can see rocks over here, A couple of rocks over here, but that's a fish in the water down there. And then we've got rocks over here. You can also see down here where I just came across a hump. There's a fish right there too, that little speck in the black stuff, and another one there. So they're kind of out here on this hump, 9 foot of water. You can see a couple right here. So I'm gonna hit the spot lock again and see if we can't slowly bring a swim bait over these rocks. But anytime there's a shadow, imagine a flashlight shining that way. Anytime there's a shadow, that's some structure on bottom, and those are rocks. And then anytime you see a little bit of a white spot, or in this case yellow, in the black area, because again black is water, those are fish there. So let's see if we can catch some of those. Oh, that one ate it right at the boat. Okay. Got a decent fish right there. Probably a little 2.5 pounder. Come up and ate it right at the boat. Decent fish. All right, guys, I'll show you what I'm throwing. I'm throwing this green shad. I believe that's the color. This is the 5-inch Jerky J swim on an owner flashy swimmer underspin. And these fish are just loving it right now. I tell you, I struggled this morning, fished for about 4 hours this morning, and got nothing. And then this afternoon, around 12:30 or so, kind of turned on, and I've now caught 3. And I'm still seeing more swimming around on the graph. So you can see them down here on the graph. There's 1, 2, 3 fish all out here. So a little bit deeper water. We're in 8 foot of water. A little bit deeper water. There's another fish, and this, I'm just slow rolling on the bottom, and they're eating it. You can see there's no clouds, not a cloud in the sky. Sunny day. Cool water temps in the 60s, right after this cold front came through in Dallas. And I think that's got them kind of messed up a little bit, but they're still feeding. It just took them a while this morning to get warmed up. But I think I found an area where they're eating out here. Not necessarily deep water. I mean, 8 to 10 foot, but it's around some rocks that are out here, and they're just feeding on shad. Again, as I turn the boat there, you can see those rocks. Excuse this blur line, but you can see those rocks all out here and over here. Okay, so those are shadows casting off the rock. Make sure I don't drop my rod in the water, but that's what those are. So I'm just coming across those rocks and catching bass off of them. All right, guys, that's gonna be a wrap for us out here today. Salt Lick Lake out in Wills Point, part of private water fishing. This is a pretty awesome property. You should check it out. But as you can see behind me, I have 6 rods and 6 rods. We threw everything at them today. I wish I'd have figured out earlier the rock situation in a little bit deeper water, but I was able to use that side imaging, find the rocks, slow down a little bit, throw that underspin really slow on the bottom, and catch them off the rocks. We actually missed probably 3 bites. One of them was definitely a pretty big fish. Probably at least 3.5 to 4 pounds, if not bigger. It was a really good one, so I wish I would have landed that one. Not really sure how I did not get a hook in him. Actually had it, ran with it, set the hook, and I literally felt it pop out of its mouth. So that one's kind of frustrating. But I will tell you, there's some really good fish out here. We're coming off of 2 really strong days of wind, and then 2 days of a cold front as well here in Dallas. So even to catch those, pretty pumped about that with only about 5 hours or so of fishing. So wish I'd have caught more, but at least we boated a couple fish. Make sure you guys check out private water fishing. I'm gonna leave a link below. Now that they got the boat ramp out here, you can bring your boat out here. I've got a 17-foot Ranger, aluminum, but still 17.5-foot Ranger. Was able to get it out here, no problem. Not a problem at all. So make sure you guys bring your boat out here, or kayak, or john boat, or whatever you want to do. But come out here, fish this property. It's pretty awesome. Make sure you check out private water fishing. I'll leave them a link below. One lake all day, all yours, totally private water fishing. Check them out.